Do you know how to make sun-dried tomatoes at home? You know what? It's actually much easier than you think, and I'm going to show you how. And of course, for the sun-dried tomato, the main ingredient, apart from the sun, is the tomato and a little bit of salt. So the first thing we need to do is find the juiciest, sweetest, most ripe tomatoes we can find. And some of you have to go to the supermarket, but not me. I get to pick them in my patch. Come on now. So what you want is this really nice, red, ripened tomato. These have been ripened in real sunlight. They're super sweet, they're super juicy, they're perfect to make sun-dried. After all, they've been sun-grown, the end must be sun-dried. Of course, you can get yourself a little assistant so the job gets done half as fast.
Double as fast.
So the job gets done double as fast. Clearly not very good in maths. Then after you wash it, you get all your friends that can actually wield the knives. So like, not these guys. You cut them in half and you just let them rest. And you gotta do this to all of them. So this is gonna take you a little bit of time. And this is the first step of the prep. You then of course find an area of your garden that has a lot of sun throughout the day. Ideally you also want a surface that allows breathability from the top and the bottom. So I created this mesh, but you can use other types of material. And again, you invite over your friends, come on guys, and you ask them to help you putting the tomato on the tray. And now this is key, the salt. The salt, you need a lot of salt. It may appear like you're putting too much, but actually you need it. And the salt does a few things to the sun-dried tomatoes. It of course pulls out the moisture, so it allows them to dry quicker. And it also prevents flies and little bugs coming and, you know, dirtying the stuff that eventually you will want to eat. So very important, abundant salt. So we're gonna do 2 layers. So we're gonna go 1 layer now throughout all the tomatoes, and then I'm gonna do it again. You need to finish thinking you've put too much salt, but the reality is that you will have put the right amount of salt. And now we're gonna let our friend the sun do its magic. And this is gonna take us 3 to 4 days, depending how strong the sun is, depending how hot it is. And what we're gonna do is that at night, when the sun comes down, we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it in the house, somewhere where it's dry. And then when the sun comes out in the morning, we take it out again. It is a little bit of a labor of love, but the outcome is gonna be fantastic. Fast forward 4 days, and the tomatoes have been sun-dried. I took 4 days because I've got warm Italian sun. Of course, if you need 5 days, then you use 5 days. If you need 4 days, you need 4 days. You want it nice and wrinkly because, of course, all the water has evaporated, has been dehydrated. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put it somewhere where we can wash off the excess salt. So let's do that now. So we're gonna give it a quick rinse now. Cold water. And then we're gonna pat them dry. Let's go. Then we take a clean cloth and we just put them over it. And then we just close them like this for that's my dog, for a few minutes, and we let them dry. We then take a jar. This one I've washed in boiling water. Disinfected in boiling water? Well, you put it in boiling water, so you make sure that it kills any of the bacteria inside. And then we start building it up. This is where you get creative. So I've taken some thyme from the bushes, but you can take sage, you can take marjoram, you know, you do whatever you do. We just start building them up inside here. Put a bit of twigs of the thyme. And we can pack them real good because this one will then be covered in olive oil. We then add a pinch of salt, and then you have to find a really nice olive oil. So I'm using Lecchino from Passo della Palomba. It's important when you store things in oil to use a good olive oil because your fruit, your vegetable is gonna be absorbing the olive oil. So if you use bad olive oil, then you're gonna kind of waste the whole 4 days of preparation. So you don't wanna do that. So good olive oil. And then we just keep pouring it until it's completely full. That's why you want to pack it as much as possible. An amazing thing when you make something like this is that not only you have the sun-dried tomatoes that you can use in so many different recipes, in sandwiches, but you're also creating a super flavorful oil, which in itself you can also use in various recipes. I mean, the smell here of the olive oil and the tomatoes, oh my God, it's amazing. So how are we gonna store this? You wanna let the tomatoes infuse for about a week to 10 days. That's when they're gonna be absorbing all the olive oil. They're gonna be super flavorful. And then you can maintain this in a cool, dry place for about 3 months. And this, we've made a little bitefuls of heaven. And the olive oil is gonna be great. And it was easy. You just need a little bit of sun and a little bit of patience, but give it a shot, okay? Ciao.